All right. So good afternoon, Fawzy again. Thanks for connecting today. How hot is it in Lebanon right now?
It's not so hot if you compare it to the Gulf. It's not so hot at all. It's like 32, 33 max. In
32,
the Gulf
33.
now, in the Gulf now, it's reaching above 50.
Oh God, above 50.
Yeah, yeah,
I've traveled through Dubai. I remember going there. I don't know why I went there in August, but it was like the worst time to go. It was so hot.
yeah. It is. Yeah, it's now like above 50 with a very high humidity level. So in Dubai now, it's a very bad weather.
I'm glad we could connect and talk. So a lot of Lebanese, I'm just curious, your experience, because I know you just came back also from a trip to the Far East, I guess,
Yeah.
towards I think India and whatnot. The Lebanese, I mean, in general, are they still very mobile? Are they still doing a lot of business throughout the Gulf, throughout the Far East, the Middle East, Africa? Like what's going on with in your from your perspective with the Lebanese and the business person, the entrepreneur? Are they still very mobile?
Yeah, what I know from my company now, we are located in Lebanon as an office. But our like 80% of our turnover comes from Iraq, from Iran, from the Gulf, from Africa, from many places outside Lebanon.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Lebanon is a very small country, so it's a very small market for us, especially in the agriculture.
hmm
It's not. We are only like 5-6 million consuming vegetables and fruits for the 5-6 million.
yeah.
Like for example, in Iraq they are above 45 million. For example, Egypt they are above 100 million. So
That
the market, yeah, the market comes bigger with the more population.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, I'm still fascinated to this day because after I connected with you a while back, I learned that there's actually such a thing as not, as people trading even in seeds and things of that nature. Now, I'm not an agricultural engineer, so what do I know? But I found it very fascinating how, yeah, everything from Europe to like you said, the Middle East, the Far East, they trade in not only finished, goods, agricultural goods. They're trading in also seeds and whatnot. I find that interesting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Our main job is trading with the seeds. So
Mm,
we are getting seeds, all kind of seeds, vegetable seeds.
yeah.
Yeah, we are getting it from all around Europe, France, Holland, Spain, Italy, all around Europe,
Mhm.
even from Holland,
Yeah.
bringing them to Lebanon and then re-exporting them to the other countries, selling some in Lebanon and exporting to others to Egypt, Algeria, Sudan, Iran, Africa,
Wow.
many others.
Wow. Do are in general the Lebanese business person, are they received quite well in the in the European all the way to the European to the Far East markets? Are they like, do you find they're received quite well? They're known of, because the Lebanese have been trading, I know, for thousands of years, but we know that the most recent is, the Lebanon, it always gets a lot of bad press, right? So that's unfortunate, but what's your perspective on it?
No, no, I'm having visas all the time, so I don't have any problem traveling anywhere in Europe or in
Nice. And doing business, is it
China, India, everywhere. Yes,
doing
yes,
business
yes,
as
yes.
well? Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's very open there.
So what do you think of this idea that we're kind of chipping away at? And I really appreciate you again making some time today to chat about it. But we had this idea that many people are working remotely already, but because Lebanon is such a small market, you just were touching on it. We thought, well, if we can't bring the businesses physically to Lebanon to hire people, maybe we could find a ton of businesses outside of Lebanon that would hire Lebanese workers remotely, and create more of a virtual economy. I mean, what do you think of that? Is that happening in Lebanon right now? Maybe it's happening, and I'm not even, we're not fully aware, right?
Look, many of my friends they are working on projects for the Gulf, like for example accounting. Some of them they are working account. Some of them they are working in the marketing and the social media marketing from here to any other place, to the Gulf, to some Gulf companies, even some European companies. Uh, you can find many jobs that you can work from here to serve other countries.
Yeah.
Marketing was one of them. Accounting is one of them. Yeah,
Well, yeah, and many of the Lebanese again speak, they speak obviously
I
Arabic,
think,
and they speak
yeah.
in many cases English and French and other languages even too. So
This is the added value, I think. Yes, this is the added value we have because we speak multi languages. Yes.
yeah, multilingual. That's right. I mean, one person I was speaking to from I think it's the American University of Science and Technology. We were talking about it, and they were mentioning how the Lebanese fit in the Far East, they fit in the West because they're kind of in the middle. They know both worlds, the East and the West, right?
Yeah.
Um, so they're well adapted to doing business and working across many geographies, right?
Yeah. And I think we are accepted by most of the cultures, like in the French culture, like if you say Morocco and Algeria, we already speak French and we know French. Egypt, Iraq, all the Gulf areas, we don't have problem getting a visa, working there. We understand their language. They understand our language. It's not about Arabic. It's about there is a difference in the Arabic. Huh? Some words are very different.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah, it's cultural as well.
yeah.
Everyone understands everyone else's culture. From what I hear, Dubai, it continues to boom, and I hear Saudi Arabia is just spending a lot of money between now and the end of the decade, a ton of money on a push for more modernization in parts of the country. Um, is this something that's going to trickle down, you think, to Lebanon or?
In the Gulf, I think Saudi Arabia is the biggest market for all the Lebanese companies in terms
Yeah,
of agriculture, in terms of technology, in terms of designs, in terms of marketing. I think Saudi Arabia is the biggest country and the biggest market.
yeah.
I think they are investing a lot. Their economy now is booming. They have a new norm, which is if you want to work in Saudi Arabia as a company, you should have your headquarter in Saudi, and you can work in Saudi Arabia and in the other Gulf areas.
Yeah.
So yeah, now many all the multinational companies, they open their headquarter for the Gulf and for the Middle East in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Yeah, and they opened the country, so now you can do anything.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. When I was well, it's inspiring for the future of the Gulf. When I was in Dubai, the one thing that struck me is that, especially like the Dubai proper, Dubai city, I guess, but they strike a fantastic balance between tradition, the East and the West. And they built a bridge, and everyone now crosses obviously through Dubai, and it's booming. The real estate market there is just continuing to boom. A lot of development. Hopefully it trickles down like we touched on towards Lebanon as well. Um, One other thing that actually inspired me a lot, and the it's not the main point, I guess, but there's a lot of Lebanese living all over the world. And my dream, certainly part of my dream, is that some of these Lebanese should actually hire uh, people from Lebanon remotely. Um, I mean, we're focusing actually on even not non-Lebanese business people who actually want to explore hiring people from Lebanon and working with people, including firms from Lebanon, companies. Um, so I'm super excited by that. What do you see a lot of people who traveled or left Lebanon? Do they actually still either come back and hire people from Lebanon? Do they invest in the Lebanese economy, or do they just travel and leave and never come back? What do you think about that?
Look, you have different traveling sites. Like if someone is traveling to Canada, US, Australia, they are not coming back.
Mm,
And if they came back, they come back like for a vacation. And but they live in the but they live there. Their kids they are grown there, and they will never think coming back them and
mm,
their children.
yeah, yeah,
But the migration to the Gulf area, for example, for sure they will come back at the retirement phase. They will come back. They will buy a house here. They will invest their money in anything here in the real estate and yeah.
yeah. Huh.
So
What about
yeah, we
What
have
about Europeans, Lebanese Europeans, or do they just travel a lot to Lebanon because they're so close to Lebanon? I think it's like
yeah
4 hours to Germany, right?
yeah, they travel much more than the guys living in US, Canada, Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
it. I guess it's natural. I mean, it's a far trip. I'm here in Western Canada right now, and for us to get to Lebanon is a cool, probably about 25-hour, 27-hour flight. Maybe thereabouts if you don't get delayed, and it can add up, in terms of financial. Whereas if you're in Germany, I was shocked from Frankfurt to Beirut was only 4 hours.
4 hours, yes, it's 4 hours.
Wow.
Everywhere from Europe, it's 3 4 hours, not more than that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So do you use a lot of, I'm just curious, do you use a lot of remote technology to connect with your market? We could definitely touch on this. It's interesting because I always tell people when we connect, I want to hear about your passion project, your business, your focus. We can certainly put a link if you want to your business in the description of the video when we post it. So yeah, but I always tell people I love to talk about that. Like, so do you use a lot of technology now to connect and market your business to outside of Lebanon or even in Lebanon or?
Honestly, I'm not very into technology, but yeah, recently I opened a Facebook page for my company, and they opened for me personally a Facebook account.
Yeah,
I didn't have any Facebook since long time ago, so
yeah,
like 1 month before I opened the Facebook account, we opened the website, and yeah, and we are working more and more into the social media marketing. So this is the future.
yeah.
But me personally, I'm not very into this to the technology. But I have some guys working with my company now that they are taking this job.
Yeah, yeah, they're helping you with that task. Trust me,
Yeah.
you and me both. I bet you were born in the same era. For me, I was kind of I think it's around the 1980s, but early 1980s. But um, I kind of resisted using a lot of this technology until I thought, well, if I could use it as a business tool, then it might become something actually useful and not a waste of time. Because a lot of social media and a lot of things they can be useful, but they can also become a waste of time, right?
Look, in the past, I didn't have any Facebook account, any LinkedIn account, anything related to the social media. So
Yeah,
because the world is changing and the marketing tools are changing, we are obliged to start from somewhere, from the Facebook, from the LinkedIn, from the yeah from all the social media pages. So
I
yeah.
like to think of it. I like to think of it like a three-dimensional business card. So when actually, I'll give you an example, a fun example. So I was working on a project a while ago called Lebanese Food Pilgrimage, and the idea was we'd have cooks in Lebanon, residents who want to cook and share their recipes and teach people in the West more about the nutritious diet of the Lebanese diet. Well, we do that virtually, and we thought, okay, well, how are we gonna share this with people? And we started getting people from registering once we posted it and promoted it. We started getting people from Florida, from California, from all over the place that would effectively buy tickets to attend a virtual event where they would learn how to cook along Lebanese food. And just why I'm giving this as an example is because for me, it was a bit of a learning curve at the time. I'm like, all right, so we're going to try to use social media in a way that's productive, that will engage with an audience, Uh, so, even for learning, I know from an agricultural engineering point of view, I bet you there's a ton of amazing YouTube videos around agricultural technologies, products, techniques, knowledge base. So I find that, yeah, it has its positives for sure. It just can be sometimes very overwhelming.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But it's
True,
but
true.
it's
No.
but my point was, yeah, it's like a 3D business card. So when we would send someone our landing page, they would immediately see it. They'd see the video. They'd get what it is we're selling them, and uh, and then it would click. And then for them, it was like if there was an interest, of course, because they sign up. But with a business card that you hand someone, they don't always get the full story, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
but it's helping a lot to move to to many other countries in Africa and the Middle East and Asia. No, marketing on the social media is something very good.
Hmm. Well, you'll have to keep me posted around when you have your when you have your digital footprint, but for sure, afterwards, let me know if you want, we can include anything in the video. Like I said, description. Do you have a website right now set up or do you,
I'm
are you,
setting up my website. It's not finished yet,
okay.
but yes, we're working on it.
Yeah,
We have
sounds,
now
no, that sounds good.
our Facebook page. It's active now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to exchange the contact for that, and I can always post it in the link. Curious, Fawzy, too. Since I know you focus primarily on agriculture, but is agricultural tourism something that's growing in Lebanon, where people?
It's not agriculture tourism, but we are inviting some people from Egypt, from all the countries that we work with to come and see the trials here in Lebanon.
Yeah.
But it's not too much, huh?
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity in some ways because I know in Italy, in France, in Portugal, there's people who actually travel. They typically will stay with a host, and they will actually help them in their agricultural operation. They will get an experience, a cultural experience. So sometimes they do that as a volunteer, but sometimes they do that also for paid agricultural tourism. They call it agro-tourism. Um, so yeah, it's just something that's interesting. Lebanon's very rich agriculturally, and the landscape is beautiful. So you never know. Maybe that's an opportunity spot for Lebanon as well.
True,
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
But because it's a small country for the countries near around. But yeah, in agriculture we have it. We are inviting some people to come and see the trials here, but it's not too much. You
yeah.
can't say
No,
that it's agriculture tourism.
when I was in the village there, I was amazed. I saw a group of Italians come through and Germans. They were hiking on the Lebanese mountain trail, and so speaking Italian, I stopped them. I said, "Oh, let's have a conversation," and we enjoyed a nice conversation with them in Italian. Then they came up and had a nice little coffee and a visit, and it was just wonderful to exchange culture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look,
no, it's
I think the most tourism here in Lebanon, it's for the sightseeing, it's for the beach, it's for the nice weather.
yeah.
Yeah, it's for the food. It's yeah. This is
Oh
this
yeah.
is you can say yeah. It's true tourism here in Lebanon.
Oh, it's wonderful tourism. I mean, oh, it's just unbelievable. Canada is a very large country. Just to touch on it, I won't be much longer. I know you have to run, but Canada is a huge country, and it has many spots that are beautiful. But many, many spots inside of the rest of the area of Canada are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of boring. They don't have really a zest to them. But Lebanon is so small, but everywhere you go, there's something. Almost everywhere you go, there's something interesting from a touristic point of view in Lebanon. That's the thing that amazes me is it's just packed with adventure.
Yeah, 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 and you can go from the mountain to the sea like in a very short time. It's a very small country. You can go farthest two points like two and a half hours only.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the good thing here.
Well, I guess to end the video, I would say, good luck with the next steps in terms of, using technology as a tool to market your business and to grow your company and business. And yeah, and then hopefully we'll see more, like I said, opportunities emerge. This idea of a virtual economy, not everybody will work directly in it, but everyone will be impacted by it for sure. So, hopefully, yeah, hopefully there's a trickle down so that people who are working virtually or hybrid, like you said, come back to Lebanon, spend money in Lebanon, stimulate the local economy, and help other people along as well, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree 100%.